I'm going to come to the burning question of today. Something relevant for India is we have 1.5 billion people. We have more engineers than anywhere in the world. Because you've looked at India so closely, why do we not have a global company that has come out of India?
Ha. Infosys, potentially, you could say, is
That services.
a global tech company. I believe,
Actually, a global any kind of company.
I believe it takes a pioneer to create the role model effect. It can be done. There's access to capital, unfair access to human capital that's AI trained at the right time. You need the courage to do what has never done before.
Why hasn't it happened though? We've had this for a long time.
I think in business services, I think the BPO companies are relatively global. Um,
They're more like a labor arbitrage industry, which
it's global. Your capital markets are ready. I really believe in the role model effect. If you have one company that does it, it gives courage to others.
like you have New Bank.
It's a
Why?
multi-country
Yeah,
company.
why haven't we had that?
You have Flipkart, you have PhonePe.
They all sell in India only.
Well, India is also 1.3 billion people. You have the curse of a domestic market, the blessing of a humongous domestic market.
Do you think that's what it is? Because they're
It starts with that. If I asked the same question about Brazil, there are very few global. I'm actually very proud that we have a company called WellHub, which has become a global leader. It's a benefits, wellness benefits, corporate plan, app based. You can go to any gym in the world if you should. You see him in your travel. I'll hook you up. Um, he had the courage to move to New York. He had the courage to hire a multi-country team. He had the courage to invest heavily in this international expansion. And I think when it goes public, hopefully, it will be an example that it can be done. It is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable to go to a new country and to build a multi-country team and to get out of the comfort zone of, though I must say, conquering India is not a single country. The diversity in your country is beyond comprehension to anyone who hasn't traveled your country. I mean, it's not one country. It's an amalgamation of civilizations.
I'm trying to find a solution to the problem that not too much foreign capital has found its way into India in the last year or year and a half. Why is that? And what can we change? Because we really need that to happen.
um,
You're a capital allocator in the West. What
yeah.
would you need to park a lot more money into India?
So listen, we have allocated a lot of capital to India, north of $5 billion. We believe in India. India, over the last 10 years, with the help of someone you interviewed, has advanced.
I'm asking more from the lens of what can Aryan do, what can I do? What can we do to get even Aryan to come back home?
So the best thing you can do is be role models of hyper successful people that took no shortcuts, that built partnerships, that played the long game, and that are not shy to talk about it.
Then do you think India justifies the 20 multiple it sits at?
Yes.
Because
The potential. When I look at when I first went to China in 2000,
China is cheaper than India, even today.
well, China just it has its own set of issues. They're coming out of its own set of issues. But when I look at the transformation of China and what they've accomplished since 2000 in 25 years, it's breathtaking. It's interesting. 'Cause I told you about my dilemma of coming out of business school. I wanted a big country, not a lot of competition. I thought of China. I actually visited China. At the time, the GDP of China was 20% bigger than that of Brazil. Today, it's 14 times bigger.
What
25
did
years.
China get right?
Listen, they industrialized. They built the infrastructure. They embrace digital. They embrace manufacturing. They lead export-led manufacturing, as they're calling card. Um,
They have another advantage that if you don't have an election every 5 years, you don't make 4 year plans, you make 40-year plans.
I think your solution is going to have to be more nuanced and more custom made for India and the unique richness and traditions and complexities of your country. Now, I think you're in the right direction when I look at 8% growth for the last and for the next.
Yeah.
It's 8% is a lot. 8% compounded over 10 years. So be patient with your country.
When I allocate money, because I'm all in on India, also because I made whatever little money I have from that country, I draw the extrapolation that at some point will be a $10 trillion economy. It might not happen in 5 years, it might not happen in eight, it might not happen in 10. And I'm kind of rebalancing my portfolio to reflect that in a manner where, strangely enough, my biggest allocation soon will be IT services and banking because of the moats these industries sit on. It's the most counterintuitive thing to invest in an AI first world, but for India, I feel like it makes sense. And I
That
could buy these companies at like 12 times, 14, 15 times. Very well
makes
run
sense.
large
Very
companies.
defensible. Very defensible.
Aryan, how would you look at the same problem?
I think a fair system where you know if you work hard and do what you're supposed to do, you can have the prize that was promised. And
Is that true here?
I think it's more true here than most other places. I'm less worried about like corruption or someone unduly getting access to something that they're not supposed to get access to because they paid their way through, or it still happens, but I think it's
Like
less.
crony capitalism.
Yeah, I think it's less. I experience it less here. I think that's one. Second, I think these waves, like with all this AI stuff, one of the reasons I like being here is because everybody else is here, and so your access to other smart people or knowing when things are happening and acting on them, that time is, it's the shortest that it can be relative to anywhere else, and that I think is hard to recreate. Especially because if it is so concentrated and it's 6 companies that are funding all of this and 4 labs that are doing most of the work, then the areas around those labs, people who are living there, it will just by design all circulate in that small little bubble.
What could that wave be for India that can attract people?
I think manufacturing maybe is interesting as a way, at least that's what I thought from the little bit that I looked into. I don't know what else, especially like global things. I think these global tech waves are not, they happen very rarely, and this one is happening here, so it's hard to say which one will happen. Maybe pharma and biology, like happens there. India has a lead in pharma. We do a pretty good job. There's the next revolution that happens there.